What's the latest on Christopher Nkunku?
Bayern Munich are trying to sign him, but on loan. And they have made a bid to sign him on loan. That's been rejected by Chelsea. I think Chelsea feel that if the player is going to leave, it needs to be on a permanent deal this summer. He's still got, I think, 3 or 4 years left on his contract. He has had injury problems at Chelsea since his big money move. But for my money, I thought he looked really, really sharp when he played in the Club World Cup. And Chelsea is still asking for around 50 million euros for him, which is around 43 million pounds. But we're getting to the stage of the transfer window where people are trying to get players on the cheap. You know, I'm not saying that's what Bayern Munich are definitely trying to do, but why wouldn't you?
Yeah.
When you know that a club wants to move a player on, you're not going to pay over the odds. You are going to try your luck a little bit. And I think that's what Bayern Munich are doing. Remains to be seen whether they come back with an offer, loan plus an obligation, or a permanent offer that's more acceptable to Chelsea. Interestingly, his agent, I think, is the one and only Penny Zahavi, who is, I think, the original super agent, or one of the original super agents. And he is normally very, very good at, getting good big deals for his clients. And I actually think if Nkunku doesn't go to Bayern Munich, wherever he goes, I think if he stays fit, he could be a really, really good signing for somebody, because he looked super sharp in America last month.
So you said we're at that stage where people are trying to get players on the cheap. Is that what Chelsea are doing with Garnacho and Xavi Simons?
I think I wouldn't use those words, but I think you're completely right. Well, with Garnacho, certainly, because they know that the player is going to leave Manchester United. They know that United value him still at around £50 million, although I think Chelsea feel that United's valuation is lower than that. And I think Chelsea are prepared to make him a Chelsea player, which I think is what he wants, but it's not going to be anywhere near £50 million. And I think Chelsea are hoping that the closer you get to the deadline, the more likely it is that United will let him go for something that is closer to Chelsea's valuation, which I think is probably around 30 million, maybe even less than 30 million pounds. Xavi Simons, again, I think he's a player Chelsea definitely want. I think they value him at around 50 million euros, maybe just a little bit more than 50 million euros. So maybe they'll have to increase that. But again, that's only going to happen if players leave Chelsea, because Chelsea have agreed this settlement with UEFA, which means that they really have to balance their transfer spending this summer.
Garnacho, we've spoken about Garnacho all window. Is there anybody else interested in him, or is it just Chelsea?
It feels like it's just Chelsea, but I mean, Carve's mentioned this throughout the window as well. It seems to be a two-way thing. Chelsea want Garnacho, and it feels like Garnacho's only destination that he wants to go to is Chelsea. There might be clubs in Europe who could be interested. And in a way, Manchester United might prefer to sell to a non-Premier League rival, but by all accounts, he wants to stay in the Premier League. But then the way that this whole sale and potential sale is working out, it's all dependent on, as Carve mentions, sales at Chelsea, and then how long those are going to take before they can actually go and try and do business with United. And the later it goes, I don't know whether that's going to work in United's favour, because as much as they will say £50 million is our valuation, they've made it clear they don't want him at the club anymore. But if you're Chelsea, why would you pay that much? And they will try, and they feel that they can get him for less than £50 million. It's going to be interesting to see how this one materialises. No formal offer yet, but I think United are expecting one.
Neither of those are centre-backs. We know the head coach wants a centre-back. Any chance he'll get one?
At the moment, no. I think Enzo Maresca obviously came out in public and said that in an ideal world, he wants another centre-back as cover for Levi Colwill. I think Chelsea's feeling is that they have a very, very strong squad. They feel that they have internal solutions in their squad. They want to give some of those up-and-coming players a chance to play in the first team. We saw Josh Ashampong play yesterday against Crystal Palace. I thought he played very, very well indeed. And also, there are not the centre-backs of the standard that Chelsea require available in the transfer market at the moment. Don't forget, they also signed Joral Hato from Ajax, centre-back, who can also play as a left-back. They also signed Mamadou Sarr, who's gone out on loan. I think he's gone to Strasbourg. He is somebody who's got a big, big future. So I hear what Enzo Maresca is saying. Of course, you know, managers, head coaches, they want as much as they can get. But I feel it's not going to happen at Chelsea unless Chelsea sell in the next 2 weeks a senior centre-back, a first-team centre-back. I'm not talking about players who play in their so-called bomb squad. Unless they sell a senior centre-back, if that happens, then I think maybe there's a chance they would sign a replacement centre-back. If that doesn't happen, then they're going to stick with what they got because they think what they have got is very, very good.
All right.
Chelsea are making headlines again as reports indicate that Xavi Simons and Alejandro Garnacho are both closing in on a sensational double move to Stamford Bridge. The Blues, under the guidance of manager Enzo Maresca, are determined to strengthen their squad with two of Europe's brightest young talents, signaling the club's serious intent for the upcoming season. According to Fabrizio Romano, negotiations between Chelsea and the respective camps of Simons and Garnacho have reached advanced stages, with personal terms already discussed and positive progress being made. The transfers are said to be moving quickly, raising anticipation among fans who are eager to see both stars don the Chelsea shirt. For Enzo Maresca, securing the services of Simons and Garnacho would be a major boost to his project, adding creativity, pace, and youthful energy to the attack. Chelsea supporters are now waiting for the official confirmation, as excitement continues to build over what could be one of the most talked about double signings of the transfer window.